I'm back. How y'all doing? I am back. I want to show you something. I hope you like this as much as I did. I thought this was pretty cool. I really did. Well, I just got to make it play. Alrighty then. It says, well, I hope you can read it. Now what this is actually someone decided they was going to write the 10 most evil faces of the Pope in here for us. Now, I wonder why they wanted to do that. I'm not mad at them for doing it. Don't get me wrong. Ooh, who is that with the Pope? What is Barack Obama doing with the Pope? Imagine that. I wonder if he knows what the Pope has been up to. Look at that. Don't that look evil? Like a vampire, didn't he? Look, Santa. That's Santa Claus. See that? You guys didn't know that the Pope and Santa was rolling with each other, did you? Look at it there. Look at that. That's the guy right there that started Christianity. Look how nice and gentle looking he is. See, this Catholic religion is what perpetuated the Christianity lies all over the world. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, I guess he gonna sodomize them. It's weird that you guys can't see something wrong with this guy being the head of your religion. That's who you're worshiping. You think you're worshiping Jesus, but Jesus doesn't get any of that money. That bastard right there gets all that money that you give to Bishop Blake. Right there. That's where it goes, to the Vatican. He sits in a gold chair. He is the king of that religion that you guys are so in love with. I want to see what this is. It says, Uncanny Vatican Anomalies. Let's see what that is. That's something that'll get me really curious. What do they mean by that? This is a visual analysis of 70 seconds in the Vatican. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Okay, got to turn that up.
Journalists. The message concerns the new technologies, which have made the internet a resource of utmost importance, especially for the so-called digital generation. Undoubtedly, wise use of communications technology enables communities to be formed in ways that promote the search for the true, the good, and the beautiful, transcending geographical boundaries and ethnic divisions. To this end, the Vatican has launched a new initiative which will make information and news from the Holy See more readily accessible on the World Wide Web. It is my hope that this initiative will enrich a wide range of people, including those who have yet to find a response to their spiritual yearning, through the knowledge and love of Jesus Christ, whose message of good news the Church bears to the ends of the earth.
Okay, so let's check some anomalies.
Today I also wish to mention this year's message for World Communications Day, which was released on the eve of the feast of St. Francis de Sales, patron saint of journalists. The message concerns the new technologies, which have made the internet a resource of utmost importance, especially for the so-called digital generation. Undoubtedly, wise use of communications technology enables communities to be formed in ways that promote the search for the true, the good, and the beautiful, transcending geographical boundaries and ethnic divisions. To this end, the Vatican has launched a new initiative which will make information and news from the Holy See more readily accessible on the World Wide Web. It is my hope that this initiative will enrich a wide range of people, including those who have yet to find a response to their spiritual yearning, through the knowledge and love of Jesus Christ, whose message of good news the Church bears to the ends of the earth.
Now look, I want to ask y'all a question. Why do we have two different episodes of two different popes talking about a union of ethnicity, and both of them have little small melanated children? Tell me that. Don't you see a message in there somewhere? Why is this little girl playing with her lips like that with her tongue? You see the games they play? Do you see the freaking games that they play? And you sitting your ass up in that church, putting your money in that tray every Sunday when you go drop your daughters off. Your dollars off at that church. those church dollars end up generating right back to this Vatican right here, where they have power to show you right in your face the plans that they have for your small children, your little boys and your little daughters. While you send your ass up in there worshiping Jesus, they're going to be locking them up in their little institutions like I told you they did when they built the Knights Templar, and be programming them to be nothing, but they already showing you what they got planned for this little girl. Okay? Now, I don't care what they're talking about as far as what anybody wants to believe they're seeing, but I'm going to tell you what it looks like I'm seeing. Something that anybody who did a video editing of this thing would have said, you know what, all this tongue moving with this little girl, it's not going to be suitable to be sending out to the world, especially coming from a center of religion such as the Vatican, where we're supposed to have the most scrutinized forms of, if you will, actions. Or you don't want wrong information coming from a center like that. You should scrutinize yourself more than anyone. They sitting up with an X in front of this little girl face. Do you see all that shit they're doing? Now, if that is not from the occult, you tell me what is. Do you see that? This is what they're doing to us. And this is what you're perpetuating and the propagation. I'm getting so excited about this. My words is getting twisted. The propaganda that this is sending out is generating money from you when you run up in there and pay all that cash to those churches every Sunday to get that brainwash. Your money is the financing necessary for them to put something this boldly right in your face. Right in your face. And even after I've showed it to you, and you heard him mention Jesus Christ, and you see how he's sitting here exploiting this young, beautiful black girl, you still gonna have your stupid ass sitting up in there so you can have episode 257 million. After this episode, 256,999,999. It's ridiculous. You guys better wake up. There's nothing wrong with our planet except for the fact that people are so freaking ignorant that they let a small amount of people do this type of shit to us and get away with it. Now you watch, when people stand up and want to fight back and take advantage of their lives back and escape this bondage, the people that's sitting around that don't believe the bondage is going on will join forces with the bondage bringers and support them, and so they can remain locked in bondage and having children that be put in a position to end up being exploited like this little girl right here. Now if this doesn't make you mad right there and make you just want to go, where's the parents of this little child at? Why ain't they over in that Vatican just raising hell? You know why? Because they are volunteering their daughters for this. I bet you they're somewhere well aware of what's going on. Well aware. Ain't gonna be mad at me for saying what I'm saying, because again, I'm the whistleblower.
Including those who have yet to find
this is just too much. Look at that. What does that tell you?
Of Jesus Christ, his message of good news to church peers to the ends of the earth.
Do you see that up there? That's the eye of a root, the eye of a star. That's why I came back here. They got the nerve to be implemented, and they implement all the Egyptians. Every symbol, everything that they use, they stole from ancient Kemet. Everything, including your religion. Now, why is the Christians, the Pope, sitting up there with the eye of a star in the corner of his screen? Because they know that you stupid as hell and don't know anything. But I'm sitting here telling you right now, all this Christianity, Judaism, Islam, all of it came from the ancient Kemet. They educated everyone on the earth and tried to civilize everyone. In return, the Europeans,
it promotes the search for the truth.
Not just the Europeans, mostly the Romans. That's why they're on top of everything. The Vatican is who did it. That's why they have the Tsar's Palace right now in St. Peter's Square. Because after they went into Africa and did all that pillaging and plundering and the raping,
Today I
and
also
they
wish to
took
mention
everyone
this
into
message for
exile,
World Communications
then
Day,
have the nerve to
which
tell
was released
you
on the eve of the Feast of
that
St.
they were the
Francis
ones
of
taken
Sales.
into exile. Okay? They were not. They were not the ones taken into exile. The people that was taken into exile were the master builders, the master teachers, the priests, the priestesses, all the educated children that were being trained from a small child to become royalty and to become societal leaders are the people that they stole. They stole these people and took them up into Europe to build the cities that you know now as the cities claimed to be the cradles of civilizations under the European nationalism, which is a bunch of lies. All knowledge on the earth still comes through the light to the melanated man and woman as it has always been. The Europeans are staying on top right now behind science of magic and trickery like we see right now, where they are obviously utilizing our next generation of children. Let me show you what this is. This is them initiating further down the road control at our next generation of small children. All those words that he's chatting and everything, I don't know what the hell he's saying. No one does. But I know one thing, this little girl sitting here with the suggestions of the tongue is something that should have been straight up edited and refused to ever be aired. But no, look at it. It's right there for you to get it. Any person in their right mind would have found a whole lot of things to find this to be very disturbing. As a matter of fact, as soon as it started happening, someone should have mentioned to him to talk to that little girl and tell her to stop doing all that with her tongue. It seems to me as if she was instructed by someone to do it. Well, that's just a lot. I mean, it is. I don't know what to tell you guys, but you need to think about what I'm saying to you when I tell you guys about all this pedophilia and everything like I've been saying to you that's been going on, you know? Here's something right here. The plans to depopulate the earth, 80%. I'm telling you guys that's not, and oh, wouldn't you know it? You're Jesus. Ain't that something? See, this brainwashing through this religious
With
stuff.
the global financial system at a historic moment of total collapse, only depopulation of the most efficient means is the way the financier oligarchy can respond. In today's age, that means a thermonuclear war. However, the policy of reducing our numbers on this planet has been the model of the British Empire throughout history, and wherever they are, genocide will follow. Today, there are 12 million people at risk of starvation in the Horn of Africa, but that threat is in no way localized, as this year's global grain harvest was exactly half of what our current 7 billion global population needs to survive. It's not just a question of halting the genocide of thermonuclear war. The genocide has already begun, and London's puppet in the White House has enforced that policy globally for the benefit of the empire. All discussion of overpopulation or global warming causing uncontrollable changes in food production are a lie. As we know, there's nothing natural about man allowing himself to die in mass numbers. The natural tendency of man is to create and discover the solutions to all obstacles that he will ever encounter. To give up that view of man would be forfeiting the human race to pure evil.
Well, we know what's going on. We can see what these Europeans are doing. They're the ones in power, and you don't see them having money to try to produce any food for anyone.
Policy of scaling back food production in the name of stabilization of global markets is a deliberate starvation policy that has been utilized by the British Empire for hundreds of years.
I told you guys, who did she say did it?
Despite the open knowledge of that, what is often cited as not deliberate and out of mankind's control is the process of severe and unpredictable weather. It is true that weather has grave effects on the supply of food. However, when we already know that there are unforeseen events that will affect the food supply, we can develop the system in the immediate to deal with the crisis.
The Egyptians did.
Ancient cultures knew to expect